Hey guys, it's day 15 of the Diddy Trial. Let's get into it. This is Eddie Garcia. Eddie Garcia is a security guard that worked for the Intercontinental Hotel in March of 2016. When he arrived at work that night, he got a call from right-hand assistant. Eddie Garcia testified that she was looking for the tape, the actual security surveillance tape of Diddy and Cassie in the hallway of the Intercontinental Hotel. He admitted to her that he had saw the tape and that it was pretty bad. And he let her know that in order to get the tape, she would need a subpoena. Garcia stated that she continued to call him and he continued to let her know there was nothing that he could do about getting the surveillance, that he would have to speak to his supervisor and she would need to obtain a subpoena. After that didn't work, Diddy ended up giving him a phone call. And he stated that either Diddy or KK called him on his cell phone and he was wondering how did they get his number. When he spoke to Diddy, he mentioned that Diddy stated, "Do you know who I am?" Garcia said yes, but again, there was nothing he could do. They would have to get a subpoena in order to get the footage. He stated that Diddy said, "I know you're my angel. I know that you can look out for me. I know that you can help me out, Eddie." So Eddie Garcia stated that he spoke to his supervisor and he let him know, hey, if they want the tape, I'll do it for 50, meaning $50,000. Once his supervisor let him know that, he reached back out to Diddy and let him know what the number was going to be in order for him to get that tape. Diddy agreed and directed him to meet him at a high-rise building in LA. Mr. Garcia stated when he got to the building, one of Diddy's security team members met him. He said he was a tall black guy, about 6'4", and let him know that he had grew up with Diddy and he was like good people. He stated once he got up to the location that Diddy was very happy to see him. He told Eddie that, "Man, you're my angel. I knew that you could help me out." His voice cracked on a few occasions and stated that he was under the weather. Then Diddy directed KK to get him some tea. Diddy instructed him that he would need IDs, pictures of all three of the people that were there that night, including the supervisor. Mr. Garcia stated that he talked to his supervisor and let him know that the actual officer that was on duty that night that intervened in the altercation wasn't going to go for that. He was a stand-up guy and he wouldn't be taking any money. So Garcia's supervisor let him know there was another guy at the location as well and that they would use his ID. He obtained the IDs. I guess Diddy photocopied them. He stated that money was put through a money machine, and once it was done counting, it came out to $100,000. He was instructed to give the supervisor 50, give the other guy a certain amount, and for him to keep a certain amount. Diddy also made him sign an NDA. Though he didn't read over it, he still made him sign it. Mr. Garcia stated that the money was given to him in a brown paper bag. He stated that Diddy wanted to make sure that all of the information was off of the cloud and that no one would be able to obtain any other surveillance. Little did all of them know that the prior security officer had already taped the footage on his phone. Mr. Garcia stated he left and he was making sure that Diddy wasn't following him when he drove off. He was asked what did he use the money for, and he said that he purchased a car in cash. He kept $30,000 of the money, gave $20,000 to the other officer, and again gave $50,000 to his supervisor. He stated that the following Easter, Diddy reached out to him to make sure that no one had spoken to him about the video. He stated he let Diddy know that no one had said anything about it. He also stated about a year later, he tried to reach out to Diddy on Instagram, but he never responded. He was actually looking for some work, a security position if Diddy had one available. The prosecution is not playing. They were getting witnesses in and out today, unlike the 2.5-day cross-examination and examination of Mia. Here we have Derek Ferguson. Derek Ferguson was Diddy's CFO from 1998 to 2017. He stated some pretty interesting things in his testimony, but the main premise of his examination was to ask about how money flowed in and out of Diddy's accounts. Something popped up that one of the accounts had money going to and fro, an account that had his mother's name on it, actually Diddy's mother's name on it. But what I focused on was some of Ferguson's testimony speaking about who owns Bad Boy. He stated that BMG Music Group owns over 100 music labels around the world, including Arista and 50% of Bad Boy Records. He stated that Diddy had other He stated that Diddy had started expanding his enterprise into fashion and spirits and wine. Ferguson also stated after he was questioned that Diageo was marketing Ciroc primarily in certain areas to certain people, and he had a problem with that. He stated that the distribution was highly concentrated, and the question was why. He stated that Diageo was being marketed in more urban areas than more broadly. Diddy was on a panel, I believe it was a couple of years ago, pretty much stating the same thing. That was the issue that he was having with Diageo. He wanted to market his co-brands with Diageo outside of the urban areas. He also stated Revolt was owned by Highbridge Capital. What a lot of people don't know is that Diddy did not have 100% control over Revolt or De Leon or Ciroc. And according to Mr. Ferguson, Revolt was pretty much controlled by Highbridge Capital. Mr. Ferguson was also questioned about Diddy's FOs, and did he ever witness Diddy being violent with any of his girlfriends? And he stated no. Mr. Ferguson stated he went to Harvard and he was subpoenaed to testify at this trial. I'm looking forward to day 16 because I believe it's another victim that's going to be on the stand, and the prosecution is going off about making sure that her likeness is not exposed, unlike what happened to Mia. This young lady's name and likeness is going to be hidden. Check me out tomorrow, you guys.